Hey again from the garden, it's Christina from Sunshine and Flora. So I am out here today getting the very last of my bulbs planted for the season. I've got some really fun varieties, so I thought I'd set the camera up and just show you guys where these are going. I think first I want to go through all the varieties of what I am planting with you. I've got a few varieties of daffodil, a couple sets of muscari, some hyacinth. I'm going to put some tulips in there. I'm really excited, and I'm really excited about where these are going. So we'll go through these first. Then I'm going to show you the area of the garden these are going to be planted, because they're going to be planted kind of in layers. I think it's going to be gorgeous in the spring to see how they bloom. And then you actually might see some clips from other projects inserted into this video or at the end of the video, because I've taken some of those, and this might be a good video to plug those into. So first, let's go through all the varieties. So first, I've got some bulbs that are left over from what I planted in the hoop house, which you saw a couple videos ago. These were all from Leo Burby, which is the wholesale company that I order a lot. Actually, this year, I think all of my tulip bulbs came from them. I've got probably about 50 muscari bulbs left, and these are the, I'll put a picture up on the screen, Muscari armenicum. Probably not saying that right. They're the standard like bluish purple muscari. I think these get about 6 to 8 inches tall, so not the tallest blooming flower, but they'd be really pretty for little small spring arrangements. So I think I've got about 50, 60 or so of those left. Then I have, I think, maybe 30-ish bulbs of each of my daffodils left, because I planted 15 to 20 of each variety in the hoop house. So the first one is called Sabatini, and this is a single pale yellow tulip. It's got the white trumpet, and these are about 16 inches tall. These got sent to me in display boxes, and so it's nice it has all the stats kind of right on the picture. Okay, the second one is Manly. This is a double daffodil. This one also is about 16 inches tall. And then the third one is called Pink Pride. This is a single tulip, white petals with the pink trumpet. And this one is just 14 inches tall, so a little bit shorter. I may end up mixing all the daffodils together. I hear a lawnmower, not my husband pulling up. I may mix all of the daffodils together, or I may plant them in groups. I haven't quite decided yet. So those are the leftovers from Leo Burby. And then I ended up ordering a box of bulbs from Longfield Gardens. I have ordered from them in the past. I know some people have said they don't have good luck with bulbs from Longfield. I usually have. I took advantage of their sale and ordered just a small box. So let's open this up and see what these look like. Also, it is a beautiful day out here in the garden. As you can see, the sun is just coming out. It's like 60 degrees, which I knew that if I didn't take advantage of this weather, it wasn't going to happen, because next week we're going to have highs in the 20s and 30s. We could get a snowstorm next weekend. So it's now or never. All right, so in this box, I'm just going to read down the line, and then I'll kind of glance at them. All the bulbs look nice. Those are the daffodils. A couple muscari. Oh, that must be the hyacinth. Yeah, I think all the bulbs look great. They do have a little planting guide that they send along, which is nice. So in this box, I have 20 of the double late Finola tulip. I've grown this one before. I don't know what possessed me to order more tulips. They were on discount, and I just thought it might be pretty mixed in with all of these. So I just have 20 of those. Then I've got 50 of the assorted mix of the muscari. Now this one has the whites, the purples, the blues all mixed in, so I thought that would be beautiful. Then I've got the Orientalis Pink Pearl Hyacinth. Just one pack of those, which I think is 10. I think those are going to be pretty. I don't know how tall those get. I don't think they're very tall, so they wouldn't work in wrapped bouquets, but in little vase arrangements for spring, they could be beautiful. And then the reason that I actually placed this order was for leucogym. I have always wanted to grow this leucogym. There are leucogym, however you say that. They look like very tall snowdrops, and I've seen them used in bouquets. They naturalize wonderfully, and I've always wanted to grow some in the garden. And so some of the sites that I went to, they were sold out for the season. Leo Burby was sold out for the season. So Longfield Gardens had them in stock. They had 2 packets left. That's it. So I got both of them. So I have 20. They are Gravati Giant. I think they're going to be awesome. So that's why I placed this order, and I thought, well, I can't just order those 2 things. I've got to order more. So then it compounded into this variety. Okay, let's walk out to the garden. I want to show you where these are going. All right, so just for reference, this is the fenced-in garden. This is where my 4,300 tulips went that you guys just saw me plant a couple videos ago. This is the retail storefront. This is my photography studio. So this is the first area of the garden that I ever started growing cut flowers in between the 2 buildings. And if we walk around, we kind of go by the back of the storefront, through this pathway, and out to the rest of the garden. The hoop house is past my car. I've got raised beds in my greenhouse over there. And then we've got this whole garden area. So this is a new area of the garden that we had topsoil brought in on top of the existing soil. And in the front, these are all strawberries, which are looking amazing. This space in the middle, that's where everything's going to get planted. I had zinnias in there. And then behind that, we've got Rudbeckia all the way across. There's some yarrow over here. And then back here, that is mostly foxgloves that I am letting the seeds drop because I'm hoping that they will grow again, kind of naturalize, seed themselves and grow again next year. I do have a few iris bulbs here and there, but most of this dirt area, this is where all of the bulbs are going to go. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to set the camera up and I'm going to first pull a few of the weeds that are in there. And then I'm going to lay the bulbs out exactly where I think they are going to be planted. And then I'm going to pop them in the ground. I think it's going to go pretty darn quick. I don't have a ton to plant. And the good thing about planting these bulbs is daffodils, I have a 96-foot bed of daffodils that I already harvest from every spring. They naturalize so good. And those are flowers that I plant once and I have them every single year. I'm hoping that the hyacinth, the muscari, and the leucogym, they're supposed to naturalize really well. I hope that those do the same thing and that they are blooms that I have every single spring. The tulips, of course, I treat as annuals, so those are just kind of some extra color that I'm adding in. But everything else I should be able to harvest off of year after year, hopefully. So I'm going to set up the camera, I'm going to lay out the bulbs, then I'll kind of walk you through things and then we'll get them planted. Oh my goodness, you guys. I ended up filling this whole little triangle, which had short zinnias last season, and all of the area over there. This is going to be absolutely gorgeous. So what I did was I came in the front here with the muscari, which are planted about 3 inches apart. Then the purple bulbs that you see that kind of look like red onions, those are the hyacinth. Those need to be 6 inches apart, and I only had 20 of those, so I put 10 here, 10 over there. And then the rest are all daffodils. I did put a few tulips. I only had the 20 tulips. I just kind of put those here and there because those will get pulled. But oh my gosh, there's a few irises back in here. It's going to be awesome. Around this little stepping stone, I did put one daffodil, but I kind of put muscari because they're short. And then I put some muscari here. I lined the muscari at the front because this is going to be the strawberry bed. So this will be pine chipped. And then it's just all daffodils. This whole area is daffodils, muscari. I didn't put any hyacinth. I take that back. There's only hyacinth in the other area. But all 3 kinds of daffodils are spread out a little bit between each bed. So let's get things planted. All right, you guys, the battery on my camera's dying, so I'm going to have to tape this fast, but I got everything all planted. All planted in here looks good. And over here looks good. I did end up finding some irises that I had not planted yet, some from Sutton's, and one of you sent one out to me. Thank you, Leah. So I got these in the ground. I didn't show how I planted it, but when you plant them, you want to leave the top of the rhizome exposed. So I basically just kind of plugged the roots in the ground and then put the soil around them. So those are kind of scattered kind of throughout the area here. Okay, so I'm really glad to have that project done. That was a lot muddier than I thought. I am a mess. I also, in planting, gave myself a blister on the palm of my hand. The skin is ripped off. That's going to hurt for a while. I need to get in and get it cleaned up. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing all the variety of the bulbs that I planted. And now I'm going to insert those clips of the updates for the projects that I've kind of filmed here and there. So keep watching for those. But that feels really good to have that project done. I think all my planting for the season is done, which is good because next week's Thanksgiving. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for some clips of some project updates. All right, so an update on the tulip planting. Since we had some rain, the soil settled really good. Everything looks smooth. I don't see any tulips peeking through the soil. So hopefully everything comes up really nice next spring. I did also recently cut back all of my peonies, so this area is cleaned up for the year. And I put in some fertilizer and a little land and sea compost on top of each plant. I thought that might just protect it for the winter and give it a little boost in the spring. All right, just wanted to give you guys a quick update on our garden beds. Let me stand back so you can see the whole garden. It's all tucked in for the season. We layered cardboard down, and then my husband mowed up the leaves from our lawn, and they're all filled and tucked in for winter. Here you can see he's got a bunch of wood in this bed. This is gonna break down over time. This is what we use for the hugelkultur method, and it looks like, I just got home and he's probably going to gather more timbers, but it looks like he's going to get more wood to put on top of the rest of these leaves. So then next spring, what we'll do, there's probably about, not quite a foot here. Once this settles, there will probably be a good foot or more. And we will go ahead and put a nice raised bed organic mix at the top, and that's what we will plant in. So these are all ready to go for winter, and I cannot wait to start planting in them in the spring. Okay, so he's back with some more logs, and we are filling all of the beds. This is gonna be so good next year. All right, just one more view of this bed. And you can see some of them are already kind of starting to break down or rot. Some of them are hollow. This is gonna be perfect. All of this is just gonna feed the soil for years to come. All right, first update for you guys on this video. I'm out here in the fenced-in garden this morning, and I'm planting 20 peony roots that I got. And we're gonna get some snow this weekend, and so I have got to get these in the ground. So let me show you how I'm planting them. So I decided not to set up the camera and film the whole entire time because that makes it take twice as long, and we actually have some rain moving in. So just for reference, this is the fenced-in garden area that my husband just tilled up. Right over here is where all of my tulips are planted. And I always, I kind of have the dahlias in here usually every year. I might switch it up this year, but this is usually annuals. And so I decided to make this area at the end perennials. So I decided to put peonies in. Actually, they're shrubs, not perennials, but you know what I mean? Something that comes back every year. So these peony roots are from the Amber Sand Seed Company, and that is the company that is by the two girls that put on the tulip workshop. A couple years ago, I did the tulip workshop, and these girls have now formed a bulb company, and that's where I order a lot of my 9C and 5C tulips every year. And now they offered peony roots, and so I jumped on it, and these roots are beautiful. Let me just zoom in for you guys. Also, I don't have any makeup on today, if that's why I look a little tired. So some of these are huge. In fact, look at all the eyes on this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are supposed to be 3 to 5 eyes. Some of these are crazy. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to dig the holes, and then you want to plant the crown of the peony, which is the top part here where the eyes are, just under the soil. So like this hole, I'm not going to have to dig very deep, but some of the other ones, like that one over there is so long, I'm going to have to dig those holes a little bit deeper. Oh my gosh, look at this one. Some of these are enormous. The 4 varieties that I'm planting are Sarah Bernhardt, Bartzella, Mother's Choice, and what's the 4th one? Oh, Raspberry Sundae. All right, I better get planting. All done, just as it's starting to rain.